Got a question for you. What if the law wasn't just about rules, but about rewriting the future for those most often left out? Welcome to Seizing Your Greatness. I'm Julianne Meyer, and today's guest is a global force for justice, equity, and environmental transformation. Dr. Lipika Sharma is a Supreme Court advocate from India, a PhD in climate law, and the only Indian expert on UN Women's Global Register for Gender, Disaster, and Climate Resilience. She's advised UN Women, UNDRR, UNDP, and the Red Cross, and leads the I'm going to pronounce this the best I can, Vidikayam Foundation, championing gender justice and climate action at the grassroots. From training over 20,000 professionals on workplace harassment laws to speaking at COP29 on gender and ecosystem resilience, Dr. Sharma is shifting global conversations and ensuring women's voices are central in shaping our world. Dr. Lipika, it is such an honor to have you here today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so very much for having me today. It's an honor. And I'll say namaste to all watching. I bow to the divine in you.
Oh, I love that. Your CV is 2 pages long. I barely scratched the surface of all of your accomplishments. I didn't even mention your Green Giggles podcast, which is how we met. I just want for those who are watching to understand just how much of yourself you are giving to the world, because like I said, barely touched the surface of everything that you've done and accomplished and how you show up in the world. So I just want to say thank you for being who you are.
I am humbled with that generous introduction. And Julie, I'll say God has been really kind. There are very few fortunate people who can say, I did everything I wanted to do. I'm still unfolding, still learning, but I've been very fortunate, I'll say. I'm happy I could give back to the world whatever little I could get.
Oh, I love that. That's such a positive attitude and a wonderful way to live life. Not only that, but you're an artist also. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this woman is unstoppable. I am just so blown away by everything that you're not a one-trick pony. You have done everything I could ever think of. And with somebody who has had as many accomplishments as you have, is there something in particular that you're really proud of at the moment?
I'm proud to be a mother, I'll say, which made me the person I am today, because that completed the circle of a human being I am. So I'll say that's one thing. And professionally, that's a personal achievement as a human being. And as a professional, my biggest feather in my hat is being the only Indian on the register of UN Women, where there are only 67 experts from all over the globe. That's really humbling and grounding.
That is remarkable and impressive. It was kind of funny. Last night I was reading over everything that you've done, and that's not even everything that you've done. It's just what you wrote down. And and I got intimidated. And you and I have had a few conversations. I don't even know why I would be intimidated, because you were so kind on top of everything else.
That comes from my roots.
Oh, I love that. So, when it comes to climate change and really helping the environment, what was it that got you interested in that particular avenue of, taking care of the world?
So I'll put it like this. When my son was growing up, I took a sabbatical. They call it a career break. I'll call it a soul sprint. And during that time, I picked up my post graduation and PhD in climate change law. During that process, in some class seminars, I thought this is my calling. Climate change is something which is impacting us now, and it's going to be bigger and bigger in years to come. And if I can do little bit contribute to betterment of world, I do it. And I'm passionate about women empowerment and gender issues, so that's the focus area, the intersection between gender, climate and disaster. I work internationally and advise.
I think that
So
that is
that's all.
remarkable because, you know, in the United States, there is like funding. I'll just take funding, for example. Less than 2%
Correct.
is given to women. Less than 2% is given to women entrepreneurs. We are just as capable and just as intelligent as our male counterparts. And yet there's this inequality that exist.
Yes.
And I'm curious what kind of experience have you experienced being a powerful woman? How do you overcome such things as that and all the other things that are unequal?
Very rightly pointed out. I appreciate your question, Julie. We all live it. No matter what jurisdiction we are, we all women understand. Somewhere it's more, somewhere it is less because of cultural and financial reasons. But yes, there is a evident inequality. And I say my personal experience as a professional, as an individual, I'll say we cannot make all of us equal,
Mhm.
but we have to respect each other's parts privileges, and we cannot do it without bringing the male counterparts on board, without understanding male vulnerability when they have to give space to women like
Mhm.
you and me and many other powerful women whose voices are unheard. We are privileged, many of them are not, and doing much better than what we are doing. So unless and until we bring the other half of the society male on board and make them understand, it's not snatching their power, it's just equating, because we are born as equal. Nature never created any discrimination. It's humans.
I
So
really
that's
love
how I.
this. Yeah, I really love this idea though of it's not replacing men, it's not overcoming or being more. And I think that that is just a human thing where we would feel
Yes.
threatened with that equality because it feels like it's
Right.
taking away, but that's not what it's about.
Yes. It's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
I love this idea though of us all existing and appreciating the things that we each give because the equality doesn't mean equal. Like I may be better at running than you. That doesn't make us any less equal.
And we need to start understanding there is a difference between equity and equality.
Yes, exactly.
And women needs to be everywhere. I firmly believe women needs to be everywhere where decisions are taken.
Mm.
Inside the home, outside the home, globally, wherever.
I love that. I love that. So I would as somebody who is very interested in you as a human, I would love for you to talk a little bit about how it is for you working in the UN, like in such a prestigious position. How are you in awe? Is it something that is you fit right in? It's like a second home. I'm just curious because you're still you.
I'm very rooted in my culture and I'm proudly Indian. I come from a place where we say the rivers are our mothers, the trees are our ancestors, and animals are our buddies. And
Oh.
we live the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is a family. So for me, meeting people globally from different culture, different human beings, different binaries in today's world, beyond male, female, it's been
Mhm.
a pleasure. It's been a lived experience meeting lovely people. So I am doing freelancing for UN bodies. So I'm fortunate to meet many people from various organs, and that's from where those connections I pull my Green Giggle podcast guest even.
Well, that's
So it's been wonderful. I loved it. And for me, it was a smooth sailing. You ask how difficult or I was awestruck.
Mhm.
Absolutely not. That's what my roots are, to love humanity, to love
Mm.
nature. So it was with ease I could do it. And I'm grateful.
I love that. Yeah, for those that are watching us, that's how we met was because of your Green Giggles podcast. And I would love for you to talk a little bit about that. How often you drop episodes, the type of guests you have, what to expect, because it's truly remarkable. And I'd love to spread the word and get you out there in front of more people because you do such wonderful work.
Thank you so very much, Julie. So, I would like to talk to my audience and would like to elaborate a bit. The name is Green Giggles. So, people get confused what exactly it is about. It's about sustainability, it's about you, me, and everyone else. So, why Green Giggles? Because it's a heavy dose topic, the
Mhm.
climate, the disaster, gender. So, here we sit with people who are a real change maker, from grassroots workers, the community leaders, the senior people sitting in UN bodies, the entrepreneurs, the climate justice advocates, you name it, and I talk to everyone, those who are real change maker. So
Mm.
why this particular idea popped into my mind? Because while working in this area, what I understood, what my understanding with personal experiences, we talk globally, regionally, nationally, in big AC rooms about climate change, disasters, and big things. But
Mm.
ultimately, everything boils down to the common man. Whether a common man, educated or not, understand what climate change is, how using a plastic can create a issue for them and future generation, how even maybe a bit controversial, even eating non-vegetarian food can be dangerous. So if the common man doesn't understand, it doesn't make sense ultimately,
Yes.
right? So my understanding by way of Green Giggle, I wanted to fill that gap,
Mhm.
bring people who are real change maker, who are creating these policies, laws, and scientific research and trying to make change. Let their voices be heard in a simple term by the common man, and they should be able to relate to it.
I
Everyone
love
doesn't follow it UN. So that was the reason I started doing that.
I love that so much because okay, so here's something I want to touch on in all of that. You talk about non-vegetarian. That's so funny how you put that.
That's
Um, um,
controversial, I know.
well, here's the thing. I grew up in a vegetarian household and we were mostly vegan. So I, however, do like to eat cheese. So I don't know that I could ever be vegan. But but I don't think that people understand the whole cattle situation and how bad that is for the environment and how it is a number one, like one of the number one polluters. And just I love this idea of no judgment, but here are the
Yes,
facts. Now that you
just
know, now you can choose what you want to choose, but not knowing.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So I would love if you wouldn't mind talking a little bit about that aspect because I don't think people realize how bad it is for the environment.
I'll not be judgmental, as you said. I'm
Yeah.
not asking anyone to stop doing that. That's part of our eating habits. And I'm not asking them to. Only thing, be aware how much and how maybe we can cook non-veg in a better utensil, in a better, with better systems, that
Hmm.
we emit less while cooking.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
food part of food cycle. You read it, I read it. We have studied when we were toddlers, right? It's a food cycle, and that's absolutely okay. But there are so many things, and because we as humans, it's pointed out in our civilization. We say it frequently. Nature has enough for our need, but not enough for our greeds. We human creed has been extremely greedy. We messed up with the nature, and here we need to talk about climate change. And
Yes.
the funny thing which I see, which we majority of us don't acknowledge even. So if you don't acknowledge a problem, you'll not deal with it. We don't acknowledge it's not about you and me. We say in India like we have not inherited nature or earth from our ancestors. We have borrowed from our children and we have to give that to the future generation. So we need to keep it tidy enough to be passed on to generations. And
Hmm.
we have not only as humans not messed up with the nature for ourselves, it's for other living beings. On the surface, in the ocean, everywhere we are polluting. We need to stop somewhere. And for that, we need to first understand. So that's why I call on green giggle people from various walks. I've been fortunate. I have spoken to Animesh Kumar from Germany, head of UNDRR, and another person, Lady T. Thompson from US UNA.
Hmm.
Then I could speak to a Canadian advocate, Susan, who, being an climate advocate, still an entrepreneur into sustainability, talking about indoor fresh air. And I spoke to Wind DRR, Bangladeshi gender advocate. So my audience have been amazing and they give different perspectives. So I'm not imposing on my listener something which I firmly believe. I just let them be. My podcasts are free flowing. The way we are talking, I talk there. Not a structured podcast. So let the things come and it goes 1 hour plus till the time conversation goes on. Make your own judgment. Listen to it. Green giggles. It's available on all platforms.
I love that because, it's kind of like you get to be a fly on the wall with experts and really, have access to people that maybe you wouldn't necessarily have access to otherwise. And really it's, it's a conversation like you said, and it's not canned, it's
Yes.
not like here are the questions, here are the responses. It's an actual
No.
conversation. And I think that in general, that is so important for everyone because if you don't have that, then it becomes like, I'm telling you what to do. And as
Correct.
you said,
Correct.
no judgment. I'm not telling you what to do. No judgment. Here are the
No
facts.
judgment. Yes. Take
So
it
with,
or don't take it, but definitely it somewhere opens the doors to be more receptive,
yeah.
be a listener, and then make your own judgment.
Exactly. I love that so much. So, my next question is, and this is more of a personal question. With your
Yeah.
art, because you create so many beautiful things and you've written, oh my goodness, for those that are watching, you are a prolific writer. You've definitely, these are all creative pursuits. Um, and usually most people think of, and especially, well, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, but if you're more like science, then you're definitely not creative, or vice versa. It seems to be we have this idea that it's either or, yet you embody both, and it all comes together. You're the through line, it all comes together. But how do you get inspired for your projects?
So, inspired for my project, what exactly you mean, the professional ones or
Either way,
personally?
I
I
mean, either way, because there's got to be something that makes you go, I want to do this.
okay. So I'll put it like this: I'm a go getter person. I think from my heart. So
Mhm.
wherever my heart is, that may sound very weird. I think from my heart. That's who I am.
Mm.
So where my heart's calling is, I go there. I don't decide. I don't plan. I have not, and I'll say I've been really fortunate. Wherever I hopped in, I could excel. God has been extremely kind, and I have a wonderful family. Whether the family I grew up with or a family I am married in, and so the people around me has been really wonderful. So I could do whatever I wanted to, and
Mhm.
it's my heart's calling. I don't take decisions that I am going to do this and my next step is this. So I take whatever chances I get. I believe in taking chances. If you are in a comfort zone, you'll never grow. That's what my life's motto have been. So be out there, look for the opportunity. The moment you have it, grab it. Don't think much. When you think too much, you have so many logics, pros and cons, and then you get lost. So your decisions become big. So the moment I have opportunity, I grab it and start working on it.
I love that. I think with my heart. Now that is uh, a sound bite, as they say in the media world. I think with my heart. Oh my goodness, I love that. There's so many of us that think with our brain, not with our heart, or yeah, and then it does stop us because we can analyze things to death and miss those
Yes,
chances and opportunities because we were so busy analyzing. But I think it does take a little bit of courage in order
yes,
to listen to your heart and follow that. And I genuinely think that part of the reason why you've had so many successes in the traditional sense is that you have listened and thought with your heart. What are your thoughts about that?
absolutely. I totally agree. You rightly summarize it because where my heart is not there and my logic is there, my intelligence says you be there. I've
Mhm.
tried that as well. Everyone does. That's the right way, the worldly wise way. I'm not worldly wise. So I've tried that, but I couldn't continue for long if I was not passionate about the people I'm working with or the cause I'm working for.
Mm,
So for me, money was never a fascination. For me, it was like if you work hard, you are there, you are doing great. Climbing the ladder slowly, it's bound to come.
I like
So
that.
that should not be the thing you should be running around. In this noisy world, for me, compassion is the main thing.
Oh, I
Be
love.
compassionate. The word is really hard for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has their own stories, own struggles, own personal and professional trajectory. Be
Mm-hmm.
kind to people. Allow
So
them to be.
yeah, no, I love that. That's such good life advice too. We're running out of time, so I would love to ask you, what is something you wish that I would have asked you that you'd like to share about?
That's a tricky question. hmm there is so much you could have talked about because of a time constraint. You can't ask me and anything and everything under the sun. I think you have asked enough, and I'll briefly say what shaped me as an achiever is, I'll say, being a mother, being a mentor, being a litigator. I'm very fortunate to be born in a country I am
Hmm.
because I'll say my roots are stronger than my resume, and that's why my resume could get stronger. And I'm fortunate. My bread and butter is where my core and my soul is sustainability.
Oh, I
So
love that. I love that.
I'm happy. I'm loving the journey of my life despite the challenges, whatever. Everyone have their own challenges. I have mine unique. The only thing which kept me going is I kept on, I'll say, striving through
Hmm.
whatever storm I have faced with gratitude and grit. Be there,
Gratitude and grit.
go with the thing, and you will sail through.
Oh, I
Be
love
patient with your ambition, be fiercely kind, and things fall in place.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love that. I wish we had more time. We'll definitely have to have you come back on and dive deeper into some of your specialties because I feel like we really just scratched the surface, like you said. But that is all the time that we have for today. For those of you that are watching, please look at the show notes. There are so many links to reach out to Lipika and see like all, oh my gosh, there's so many things for you guys to check out that there wouldn't be time to put it all in the show. So I just want to say thank you so much, Dr. Sharma, for being here today. I truly appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel blessed to interact with you and your audience. And before I leave, I'll say just one last thing. Write your own script. Don't follow anyone. Follow your heart and you'll do well.
Oh, that's perfect. Yes, yes. On that note, that is all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we will be back again
Bye.
next week. Bye for now, everyone.
Bye. Thanks, Julie.